I get it. All right, well, you work today, right? So you'll be going. Okay. All right. So take a deep breath in, and then let it go. Good. Again, deep breath in, and then let it go. And then inhale, reach your arms up. Look up towards your hands, palms touch. Stretch up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Again, inhale, reach your arms out, up. Stretch up as high as you can go towards the ceiling. Look up towards your thumbs, palms touch. Exhale, hands come down to the center, hands towards your heart. One more like that. Inhale. Palms touch, reach up, and then exhale. Come down. Good. All right, release your arms down, and then be light on your feet as you swing your arms left and right. So kind of lift your feet up too there. Good. All right, and then come to your feet being grounded, parallel to each other. And then you're going to bend your knees, reach your hands up to your heart, push your weight onto your heels. And bend those knees. And then again, reach your arms up. Keep your knees bent, squatted down. Palms can release from each other, so you can reach your arms straight up, as straight as you can make them. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Release your arms down. Good. Come all the way up to stand. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms up. Hook your thumbs. And then pull your thumbs or your arms over to the left side. Push your hips to the right. Taking 2 breaths here. Good. And come back to the center. Release your hands out and down. Bring your palms to your heart. Come to squat again. Push your hips back. Long spine. Bend those knees. Weight on the heels. So we start to activate those thighs. Hold on. Good. And then release. Bring your arms down. Come to stand. Reach your arms up. Hook your thumbs. And reach your arms over to the right side. Push your hips to the left. Nice. Keep your chest lifted up. Chin lifted. 2 more breaths here. And release, come back. Interlace your hands behind your back and separate your feet. So separate your stance here. And then lift your chest, push your hips forward, pull your head back slightly. Shoulders back, and then come forward. Keep your hands behind your back and lean forward. Reaching your hands up. Drop your head as far down as you can go. Relax the tops of your shoulders. We're going to hold here for another 5 breaths. So you can kind of like gravity, slowly breathe to let yourself slide further and further down. One more breath here. And release. Come all the way back up. Let your hands come by your side. And then twist left and right, tapping your toes. Kind of lay on your feet again here. Good. And come back up. Bring your hands to your shoulders. So fingertips come to your shoulders. And then just make circles with your elbows here. And reverse, other way. Good. Now come back up, and you're going to lift one leg up and the other, alternating legs, keeping your hands by your shoulders. Try to pull your core in. So you imagine that you're using your core to stabilize here. And then now we're going to swing your elbow towards the opposite knee as you elevate the leg. So it doesn't need to touch, but just, yeah, there you go. And then when you return, straight spine and back to center. Good, opposite elbow to opposite knee. So right elbow touches left knee. There you go. You're crossing right across the meridian. Yep. Good. 3 more on each side. 1, 2, 2. Good, Arnie. And release. Come down. All right, shake it out. Rotate your wrists. All right, now come on down to the floor. So you can bring your, we're gonna stay down here for a little bit. We're gonna do a little core. And you can bring your block to be nearby as well. Good, so have your blocks, or your one block just nearby. You can come onto all fours. All right, now come with your hands underneath your shoulders and then just make circles here. So undulating your spine, rolling your spine. Imagine trying to make the wave with your spine here. Moving in circles. Figure eights. Good, and then plant your hands firmly on the ground underneath your shoulders. We're going to do some cat-cows here, so tuck your chin in, look towards your belly button, push your spine up to the ceiling. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen your spine, look up, lift your tail. Push your chest through your arms. Good, exhale, pull it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it in. Good. 3 more rounds, full rounds. Good. And then coming back to the center, neutral spine. Shift your weight to that left knee, extend your right leg straight back. Then reach your left arm forward. And you're going to hold here, and instead of coming elbow to knee, you're just going to extend and lift up both your arm and your leg, and then come back to a neutral spine. And then lift the arm and the leg, and then neutral spine. Again, lift the arm and leg up high, and then even if it's just a few inches, good, bring it back down. Lift, and exhale. Again, lift and down. 3 more. Lift. So you really feel that in your back. It's a little bit of back bend. 2, down, and 3. Down. And bring your hand back down. Separate your knees. Push your hips back. Come into a child's pose. You can drop your head down to your fists or to a block. It's up to you. Holding here for another 2-3 breaths. Relax your lower back. And release. Branch your hands back down on the floor. Push your knees so that they're stacked underneath your hips. Shift your weight to that right knee. Extend your left leg straight back. Good. And reach your right arm forward. And then here you're going to lift the leg, lift the arm, and then bring it back to neutral spine. Then lift the leg and arm, bring it back to neutral spine. Again, lift, neutral, lift up and neutral. 2, 3, good. Excellent. 3 more. Last 3. So neutral, straight, and then up high, high. Good. Last one. Lift and release. Come back down. Tuck your toes. Push your hips back. So stretch the back of your toes here. Shake your head out a little left and right. Good. And release. Come back to the center. Shake your feet out. Good. And then walk your hands up towards a little bit closer to the top of the mat. And then lift your knees and hover here. You're going to lift your knees up and just hover with your arms so that they're straight, so your shoulders are stacked over your hands. From here, we're going to push our legs back to go into a plank pose. You're going to walk your feet back and come into a plank pose. So hips about the height of your shoulders. Lower your hips down a little bit. So plank pose here, like you're in a push-up position. Good. Core tight, push down your hands evenly as much as you can through the bottoms of the knuckles. And then from here, pull your hips back, downward facing dog. Here you can bend one knee and then the other, alternating, dropping your heels towards the floor. Shake your head out. Good. Reach your right leg straight up. Make circles with your right leg. And bring your right leg back down, bend your knees, pull your belly towards your thighs a little bit more. Good. And then straighten the legs a little bit more. Lift your left leg straight up, make circles with the left knee. Good. And bring it back down, bend the knees, pull the belly towards the thighs. Hold here for 2 breaths, and then we'll come down. Deep breath in and out. And release. Bring your knees down to the floor. Good. And swing around, come to sit. And then grab your block, and you're gonna lay back a little bit here. So lay back, swing around, place the lay on your back. And then have the block like an arm's length distance. Good. Bring your knees up to your chest and make circles, gentle circles with your knees. Imagine your lower back sort of expanding and softening into the floor, and really feel that connection between your lower back and the floor. Good. And the other way. Good. And then bring your feet back down to the ground. You're going to take your block and push it onto your thighs so that the block is like this wide surface is pushing onto your thighs. Then lift your legs up and lengthen your spine so that you could push the block into your thighs. So push the block into your thighs, push your thighs into your hands, into the block. So you're creating that resistance. Try to keep your lower back as smushed down to the floor as you can so that you engage your lower abdomen, like the muscles down your lowest part of your stomach. Pushing the block into your legs push towards you. Push your relax your shoulders down to the floor. And then we're going to do opposite leg extends out when opposite arm extends out. So you're going to let your right leg extend out, but keep the block and reach your left arm up and then bring it back. So you kind of squeeze your knees together with the block so that you could keep holding the block, touching the leg, and sort of slide your hand to the other side of the block. So right leg, so push your right leg, then left hand extends out, and then alternate. Left leg, right arm. There you go. Still pushing your lower back as hard onto the ground as you can. Oh, yes. There you go. 3 more on each side. Alternating. On 1, 2. Push your lower back down into the floor. 2. Yep, last one. 3. And 3. Good. Excellent, Arnie. Then release the block down to your side. And you can let your knees come up, hands on your knees, and then just make, again, circles here with your knees, so you sort of get a little mobility in the hips here. So put one hand on one knee, one hand on the other, and make circles with the knees so that your hips can open up. Good. All right, and then drop your feet down to the floor. Bring your feet together. We're going to do one more core thing and then come to standing, and you'll be balancing like a flamingo. So feet comes together. Interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows out. And then you're going to lift your shoulder blades off the floor slowly. So lift all the way up and release, come down. We're just going to do 10 really good ones of these. And then up, shoulder blades off. And release it down. That was 2. Good. Up. Elbows out. Down. And 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Elbows out. And 10. Now come up and hold. Just come up, elbows out, shoulders lifted, hold. 10, 9, you got it. Push down your lower back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring yourself back down. Bring your knees back together. Good. Release. Let your legs come out. Take a moment here. Let your whole body take a breath. Good. And then bend your knees, rock over to the side, and come up to, first we'll do a little bit seated. So you can come up with the bottoms of your feet touching. And then flutter your knees. Good. And then slide your legs out a little bit and bring yourself, upper body comes down. So just kind of let your upper body come down. Not pulling too much, sort of letting gravity do its thing. Stretching through your lower back. Good. And release. Come back up. Keep your legs where they are. Take your right hand onto your left knee. Left hand behind and twist. And come back to the center. Walk your hands up. Pull your head towards your feet. Good. Walk yourself back up. Bring your left hand across to your, your right hand across to your, left hand to right knee. Yep, there you go. Or ankle, or good. Lengthening your spine. Push it's opposites. Good. And then look over your right shoulder. Good. And release. Come back to the center. Now pull your feet so that they're flat on the ground. Windshield wiper your knees left and right. Good. Then drop your right knee, your knee to the right. So drop both knees, push towards the right. Look over your left shoulder. And come back to center and drop your knees over to the left. Look over your right shoulder. Good. Come back to the center. Flex your toes. Reach around. Grab hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. So bend the knees enough to be able to do that. Okay, good. And then slide first your left leg straight out. Just slide your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. And then pull the left leg back, slide the right heel out. Try to lift your chest up. Good. Good. Now pull both legs in, both heels in. Lengthen your spine, kind of rock your butt left and right, so you sort of imagine pushing your butt back. And then as you push your butt back, let both legs come as straight as you can make them. And then come down, drop your head down towards your legs. And release. Come back up. Point your toes. Swing them around. Swing your legs around, and come onto actually your knees. And we're just going to do a little low lunge action here. So bring your right leg forward, left leg back, and have it so that your knee is stacked over your your right knee stacked over your right ankle. Hook your thumbs, reach up, lift your upper body up. Good. Push your hips slightly forward, not sinking down into them, but kind of creating that stretch on that left leg. So pull your left leg back enough that you can feel a stretch here. And release. Bring your hands down. Rock your hips back. Peel your right toes up. A little bit of engagement here on the back of the right leg. Good. And then straighten that right leg. Lift your right toes up. Walk your hands back so that you really feel that on the back of your right leg. Lower your upper body. And then release. Bring that leg back. Good. Come back onto your knees. Bring your left leg forward. Knee stacked over your ankle. Pull your right hip forward. Hook your thumbs. Reach up. And release. Bring your hands back down. Push your rock forward and back here on that left leg lunge. Good. And then inch the left foot forward. Peel your left foot back. Toes point up to the ceiling. Pull your right hip forward. Left hip back. Good. And then lower your upper body. Two more breaths here. And release. Bring your hands back in front. Peel your left leg back. Palms push down on the floor, including your knuckles. Tuck your toes. Push your hips up. Reach them back. Alternating your knees. Bend one and then the other. And then walk your feet towards your hand. Come to fold forward. So hang here. Stay here for a few breaths. You can hold on to opposite elbows. Shake your head left and right. Or keep your hands dangling. Whatever feels best for your legs and your back and your body. And then let those hands come down. And slowly come up one vertebra at a time. Before you move the camera, just take a moment here. Actually, you can keep your camera there, Arnie. Yep, that's perfect there. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Good, and hold here for 2 breaths. I'm just gonna elevate mine. Good. All right, bring your hands by your side. Palms facing forward. Good. And then reach your arms up, interlace your fingers. Bring your feet back together so that the heels and the toes are touching. Interlace your fingers, cross your thumbs. Reach up with your index finger and reach over towards the right side. Push your hips to the left. Upper body back, lower body slightly forward. And come back to the center. Push your arms back, hips to the right, arms to the left. come back to the center, reach those fingertips up, drop your head back, and draw a line towards the back where the ceiling meets the wall. And release. Come back to the center. Release your hands by your side. And turn and face the top of your mat. So turn and face the side. Good. Perfect. Your hands come by your side. And inhale. Reach your arms up. Palms touch. Exhale. Fold forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Fold. And then we're going to bend your knees. We're going to come down. So you're going to push your hands on the ground. Bend your knees enough that your palms can touch the ground. And then walk your feet back and come back to downward facing dog. Do a little energizing up and down. Good. Walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Good. Then push, rock forward to high push-up or plank. Good. Then lower down your knees, then your chest and your chin. Elbows by your side. Inhale, lift up your chest, look up. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips back, downward facing dog. Perfect. Hold here for 3 full breaths. And then walk your feet back up to your hands. And uncurl your spine 1 vertebra at a time. Come all the way back up. Good. And then let your shoulders come up, back, and down. Good. 1 more like that. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Palms touch. Look up to your hands. Exhale. Fold. Bring your hands down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Straight back. Push the kneecaps back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Walk your hands onto the floor. Walk them far enough forward so that they can be firmly on the floor. Walk your legs back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, high push-up or plank. Kind of toe heel your toes back. Hold here. So your shoulders and hips are kind of in line here. Holding for 2 more breaths. Pull the core in. And then lower knees, chest, and chin. Good. Inhale, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, tuck your toes, push your hips back, bend your knees, and come to downward facing dog. Perfect. Then tuck your toes. Good. Hold here for 3 breaths. And release. Walk your feet to your hands. Fold forward. And then uncurl your spine 1 vertebra at a time. Good. Inhale. Lift your arms all the way up. Good. And exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. Good. Now shift your weight to that right leg. Bring your left leg up. Good. And hold here. Now extend it back, warrior 3. Extend that left leg all the way back. And then bring it back forward. Touching next to your right leg. So sorry, yep, good. Shift your weight to the left leg. Bring your right leg up. First towards your chest, so like coming in. And then extend it back, warrior 3. that right foot to meet your left. Release your hands by your side. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Palms touch. Upper body back, so a little bit of a back bend here if you can get it in. And then exhale, fold through the center, touch down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good. Now shift your weight to that right leg. Bring your left leg up in front. And then send it back, warrior three. So extend that back as far as you can, kind of like we did in the beginning. When we're on our knees, good. Lifting that left leg up as high as you can get it, good. And then ground it down, open your arms out, coming into warrior two. Good. Reaching your arms out wide. Give yourself a little bounce here. And then hold here. So arms outstretched, shoulder blades together behind you. Tuck your tail in slightly so that your core is engaged. And reverse. Bring your right hand to your leg. Reach your left arm. Your left hand to your leg. Right arm up. You had it. Keep that right knee bent. Pull your right hip back towards the kitchen, good. And then release warrior two. Come forward, bring your right hand to your leg, reach your left arm up, and reach it alongside your ear. And release, come back up, palms face down, straighten that right leg. Reverse one more time, bring your right arm back. And come to triangle. Reach your arms out, palms face me, face forward. Push your hips to the left, reach your arms to the right, and then bring that right hand down. Reach your left hand up, pull your left hip back, pull your chin towards your left shoulder. Looking up towards your left thumb. And release. Bring it back down. Turn and face the, kind of like as gracefully as you can. Lift that back heel. Turn and face the top of your mat. You can bring your hands to your heart. And then step both feet to meet each other at the top of the mat. Release your hands by your side. Good. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Palms touch, look up to your thumbs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, slide your hands to your knees. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good. Release your hands down by your side, spin around to face me. And separate your legs as far as they can go. Point your toes outward, so you're kind of like these duck feet, sort of. And just rock your hips left and right, bending your knees and lift, like as I move to the left, you lift your right toe. As you move to the right, lift your left toe. So you start to kind of engage your hips, upper body back. And then add the arms. So you're gonna bring your, on the bent leg, you hold your hand there, reach the opposite arm. Good. And release. Good. Now bend your knees. Knees point out to the side. Bring your left hand across to your right shoulder. Tuck underneath. Your right hand wraps under and then touches your other shoulder. Bend your knees. Good. Hold here. And then release. Reach your arms out. Did I freeze? What'd you say? Yes, it was, but not yet. Like not yet. First, it's just like it's like a different. There you go. Now bend. Good, and then you're going to do the other knee. So other side. So left arm comes across. Good, and then come down. Bend your knees. Upper body up, and then we're going to do eagle arms. Good, and release. Now reach your arms up. Palms touch. And swing your right arm underneath your left. And now wrap your arms like ropes. So they're a little bit more good. There you go. Bend your knees. Goddess legs on the bottom, so toes pointed out, slightly out. Knees sort of tracking towards over the space over your toes. Pull your arms down, bend the knees. And release, bring it back up, reach your arms up, straighten the legs, and then swing your right arm underneath your left. Wrap your arms like the ropes, eagle arms, and then pull down. Soften your toes. So give your toes a little wiggle so that your heels are bearing most of the weight. Engaging your legs and your glutes. And release. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Look up toward your thumbs. Exhale, hands at heart. Good. Now spin around and face towards the hallway. Let your hands come by your side. Now you're going to bend that weight, comes to your left leg, bring your right leg up. And then send it back, warrior three. So you can have your hands on your hips, by your heart, out, whatever allows you to have that right leg lifted up as high as you can bring it. And then soften that leg, bring it down, open your arms out, warrior two. Bend your left knee, palms face down, bend that left knee, give yourself a little bounce. So bend and straighten that left knee. Good, and then bring it down and hold. Look past your left fingertips. Good, open your left palm up to the ceiling, reach your right arm back. Good, and bring your arms out. Bring your left arm down, reach your right arm up. Look up towards your right thumb. Upper body back. And release. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Reverse triangle. Bring your right hand back to your leg. Separate your legs a little bit more here. Kind of inch your foot out a little bit more. Look up. And release. Triangle. Palms face me. Pull your hip right. And hands come down to the left. Reach up. Push your right hip back as you look up towards your right thumb. And release. Come back up. Hands to your hips. Pivot around on the back, your back foot. Lift your back heel. And then step both feet to meet each other. Let your hands come by your side. Inhale, reach your arms out and up. Exhale, fold. Tap down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Good. All right, come on down to the floor, Arnie. Good. Have the block nearby, an arm length distance away. Good. And then bend your knees, or I'm sorry, your knees are bent. You're gonna lift your hips up and slide the block underneath your back. Good. Let your arms, shoulders relax down. Yeah, you can extend your legs out. And then in this position, you're going to bend your knees again, and this time lift one knee up and then bring it down. Lift the other one up and bring it down. Good. One more on this side. And then release. Good. Now walk your heels a little closer to the block. Lift your hips up. Keep them lifted. Remove the block. Good. And now you're going to lift one heel and then the other. So opposite heels lift up. Keep your hips lifted. Good. One more on each side. And then push down on your heels, lift your hips up, tuck your tailbone, and imagine one vertebra at a time begins to lower. So upper back, then your middle back begins to lower, eventually getting all the way down to your lower back, pushing down to the floor. Once your lower back is suctioned to the floor, you can rock your knees left and right. Good, and then bring your knees back to your chest, pull your knees in and squeeze your knees in. And release your right foot down to the ground, take your left leg up and over and twist your knees towards the right side. Come back to the center, unlace your legs, lift your right leg up and over your left leg and twist your knees to the left side. Relax your right shoulder. And then release. Bring your legs back in. Push the bottoms of your feet together. Let your knees fall out wide. Let your shoulders really relax into the floor. Sort of let the knees drop down and opening your hips, holding here. And then pull the knees in. Happy baby. Hook around your ankles. Rock left and right. And then release. Come all the way out into Shavasana. Let your legs be out, your arms splayed out, taking up as much space as you can. Closing your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Bring your awareness to your heart. Take a deep breath in. And Exhale it out. And then bend your knees, pull your knees to your chest, rock yourself left and right. And rock yourself up to a seated position. Bringing your awareness back to your heart space. And take a deep breath in. And let it go. Namaste. Good job, Arnie.